Welcome to another episode of Hospitality Insider on Koni TV. I'm Connie Kim, and today I'm so excited to present to you a true innovator inside the hospitality industry, Rich Viola. Hi Richie, welcome to Hospitality Insider.
Thank you so much, Connie. It's great to be here with you.
Thank you. So I know that you have done such an incredible impact to how the whole industry meets together. So would you please tell us of all these great things?
Sure. Well, first, our philosophy, it starts with, you don't always have to be creative, but you have to listen to what people really are saying and get the core of what really makes them successful. So it becomes from covering as an editorial entity in the hotel industry, going to many events, speaking to many people, both on a buyer side and a supplier side. And it's been so much fun listening to people. And from that, we've created some very interesting events.
So you have a BITAC, you have HI Connect, and Hotel Interactive. So you got like 3 different companies
Exactly.
that all has the same purpose, isn't it? Putting the whole industry together.
That's right. I think what's most important in business is connecting people.
Well, you have done an incredible job. And you know, normally we're going to go to the trade shows or make an advertise on the magazines, but you really changed the whole point of view how we connect each other. So give us a little bit of insight of how you come up with these ideas of a BITAC and tell us the history.
Sure. Again, listening to different people and their experiences at trade shows. And I had a lot of different thoughts. And they kept on mentioning to me about things they would like to see better in terms of the experience of how people get connected together. So, very interesting story is that my son just became an Eagle Scout at the time. This is 10 years ago. And he volunteered me without asking me to chaperone an Eagle Scout trip that was going to take 7 days, a full week.
Oh, wow.
So of course I was very flattered.
Right.
But he said, "Dad, no computer, no cell phone." So, well, that's a challenge, but how could you say no
Right.
if your son thought enough of you
That's
to
right.
volunteer you to be with his peers?
Right.
It's exciting.
Right.
We had a great time and a lifetime of memories together. But besides that, I had some time to think about. And I made a list of, it was almost 30 items that people said, "I'd like to see this improved." How we meet people at events, at meals, how we discuss things. So I came up with a list of the 30 and 30 different ways it could maybe be improved upon. And from there, BITAC was born. I came back to my team after the trip all excited and energized. And my staff thought I was crazy at first.
Right.
But after they thought about it, they got very excited. And it was actually Memorial Day weekend 10 years ago. And I came in to work Tuesday morning, and my whole team already had a lot of things in motion.
Oh,
so they were
wow.
so excited
Wow,
about
that's
what
great.
we were doing. So we decided to have our first event. This was obviously, let's call it the beginning of June. The event was going to be in late October.
Right.
People had really completed their budgets.
Wow.
They never heard of the concept.
Right.
So to present this to people, it was amazing. We ended up in just 3 months putting together the whole event with over 200 people saying, "I want to try this. This sounds wonderful and refreshing to hear."
Wow, that's fascinating. So that was what year?
That was 2005.
Okay, so that's really the first matchmaking in a sense, the dating game. Actually, it started in 2005, and you are the first one.
Well, it was, like I said, very exciting
Yes.
to be involved with that.
Right.
After we started it,
Yes.
it was interesting. Someone said, "Oh, we heard something like this concept in Europe before."
Oh, I see.
And I said, "I never heard of it."
Yeah, yeah. They never
So I
heard of it.
never did. It was done in, there. But that also reinforced, not knowing anything about it,
That's right.
that it was a good idea.
Yeah, somebody else was thinking of it.
Somebody else was thinking about it.
Yeah.
And as it says, the rest is history.
Yeah.
But, in life, it's not about, who's the first, who's the last, but who does it well.
Well, that's true.
So
Definitely.
you know that in
Yeah.
your business.
Yeah.
I've done a good job with that. So what we do is we work very hard at each event. After 45 events here in the U.S., we really worked hard on perfecting.
Right.
Yes. Our objective in life is to say we strive for perfection in everything we do.
Right.
And if we catch excellence along the way,
Right.
we'll be successful.
Yeah, that's fantastic. You know, Emerson said inspiration is 98% perspiration. And so it's not the concept, but how you make it into reality, and you have done an incredible job.
Well, thank you, Connie. I really appreciate it. Coming from you, who's an innovator in yourself and in your own right, that's a very high compliment.
Rich, I am very inspired all what you have done. And so give us some glorious moments that you had.
Well, the success stories for me lie in the success of my customers.
Absolutely.
And that's what it comes down to.
That's right.
So rather than internalize as a company,
Yeah.
it's more important. So it is so inspiring, and it keeps all of us on the team going to hear stories. One of my favorite stories is there was a small company in Orlando, Florida, that said, I heard about BITAC, we have to be a part of it, but I have no budget.
Oh,
And it was a small, literally mom and pop company.
right, right.
So they went to a BITAC event, and they said, literally, we dumped out our piggy banks and cleaned out our bank account. And they came to the event, and the spouse was there with the owner of the company, and she was looking at me the whole time like, this better be good or else. Well, within 3 months of the event, they signed a $5 million deal
Oh, my
with
Lord.
a large company.
Oh, my Lord.
At the time, they only had 80 hotels they were working with. Today, they have over 1,000, and they thank all of us at BITAC for making that happen for them.
What a victorious moment is that. Hold that thought.
Yes.
So when we come back, we're going to hear more great stories from Rich Viola.
This is Ken Salyer with Tricus, and I want to thank you for watching.
You're watching
Thanks for watching Koni TV.
Koni TV. Koni TV.
Watch it every day for the latest hospitality news, hospitality trends, or whatever you desire to find out in the hospitality industry.
Come join us now at konitv.tv.
Welcome back to Hospitality Insider with Rich Viola. Rich, there's such an incredible stories that you shared. Can you give us a couple more that just give me a goosebumps, hearing that story? And so I'm sure you have millions of all those kind of success stories. I'm sure the audience would love to hear more about it.
Absolutely, Connie. It's such a pleasure to really share some of these. There was a company that came to BITAC that said, we came here because somebody in marketing told us we had to be there. This is a very large company. And I will tell you, besides the design community, and we also do a food and beverage BITAC event.
Yes.
So Coca-Cola
Right?
signed up to go to BITAC.
Fantastic.
So, but the two attendees said, I don't know why we're here.
Uh-huh.
We have such a good brand. We
Right.
don't really need to be here.
Right?
So after the very first meeting,
Yeah.
the person who's vice president of hospitality said, I owe you an apology.
Uh-huh.
I said, what are you talking about?
Right?
We just met with a very large hotel chain
Right?
and said, we found out that we were about to lose their business to Pepsi.
Uh-huh.
Because of the meeting,
Right.
and during the meeting, they said, no one has ever called on us. You just accepted us
Right.
and assumed we were going to work with you forever.
Right.
We had a few challenges,
Right?
but this is the first time we were going to make this decision in about a week.
Yes. Oh my goodness.
So they turned around, and I got a letter from the president of Coca-Cola after the event saying this was the best event they ever attended, will be a customer for life
Right.
because of BITAC.
Oh, that's fantastic story. I bet must have made you feel really great hearing those stories.
It was incredible.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm sure, to making all these events perfect each time, the only way that I can describe that I'm here is small detail you attend make big differences. And I don't know how else I can describe it. You have taken care of every single detail, the meals, the things that you do. But I'm sure there's a lot of challenges that you go through with that.
Sure.
So share with us, what is your biggest challenge?
Well, it's funny you say that. I have an analogy that might seem a little corny. Doing an event sometimes is like making sausage.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to know what the ingredients are.
Right?
You don't know how, you want to know how it's made, but at the end, as long as it tastes really good,
Yes.
everybody's happy.
That's right.
So we make a lot of sausage at BITAC. So there's a lot of details, like you say. And in these details, the challenge that come about is people are busy. So that's one of them.
Right?
So in connecting with people and making sure, we have to make sure we're almost like a personal concierge for every customer.
Oh, I know.
Whether they're a buyer or supplier.
I know.
That process starts almost a year before each
Oh.
BITAC event. And there's always nuances
Right.
that come about. Sometimes people change jobs. Sometimes priorities change.
Right?
But we have to be on top of it to communicate.
Right?
But one particular story was our biggest challenge. We had a BITAC event a few years ago. And what had happened is literally 2 days before our event, there was a hurricane that canceled probably 33% of the flights for our attendees.
Oh my Lord.
And on top of it, in Miami, a lot of connecting flights, because this event was in Bermuda,
Right.
a lot of connecting flights were canceled for a whole different reason in Miami. There was a fire. American Airlines had a fuel fire.
Oh my goodness.
So what we had to do is everybody in the team stepped up. So literally 48 hours before the event,
Uh-huh.
we were on the phone Friday night at midnight with some people, making arrangements with buyers and suppliers
Right.
to help them
Yes.
to make sure that they were able to attend the event so everyone had a seamless experience.
Oh my goodness. That must have been a real challenge. That I don't know, how did you pull that off?
It was not easy, but sticking to it, and how we really did it was the cooperation of everybody who wanted to be there.
So you were able to have the event.
We did.
Wow.
And it went off phenomenally well.
Oh, that's incredible.
People really appreciate it. But what happens is, I think through challenges in life, whatever that is, good things come if you stick together. But because we put that extra effort in working with people, they appreciate it. It was the human touch that was involved throughout the process
Right.
that I think in the long run strengthened the relationship
Oh,
between us and these people.
absolutely. It happens all the time. You know, they say the broken bone heals actually the stronger than the original, and that's the kind
No
of
doubt,
thing.
that's a great there's no doubt about it. So people see different things that happen. We did our first international event called BITAC Global this past year in Monte Carlo, and it went really, really well. I mean, people were thrilled. It was our first event internationally, but when the event was over, there was an air traffic controller strike in France,
Wow.
and it affected travel throughout Europe.
Wow.
So I was going to take a couple extra days after the event, and people were worried what was going on.
That's
and my
right.
whole team, I sent them home, and I personally hosted people. I asked them to stay a couple extra nights,
Right.
and we paid for those nights. Because we took the responsibility
Right.
for our guests.
Right, right.
We offered them to stay. And again, I gave up our vacation time. It was a
Right.
labor of love
Right.
to help them make sure that their travel home was going to be smooth.
Yeah, boy, that is phenomenal job. So how many do you do this a year?
We actually do, there are 9 BITAC events a year, all with different themes. Because there's different decision makers who are
Right.
involved with different suppliers.
Right.
So instead of just having a couple events a year
Right.
that everybody kind of comes and
Right.
everybody has different decisions, we want to make it really effective for people.
Hold that thought.
All right.
So when we come back, we're going to talk about a little bit about more events that he creates to make the industry better, as well as his thought about not only meeting each other, but giving back to the industry and to the community.
Hi, I'm D.B. Kim with Darf Design. And you're watching.
You're watching.
And you're watching.
And you are watching.
And you're watching Koni TV.
Koni TV.
Koni TV.
Koni TV.
Koni TV.
The first internet channel for the hospitality industry.
Watch and follow who she brings and what she brings to show you, to inspire.
KoniTV.tv. I love it.
Welcome back to Hospitality Insider with Richie Viola. Richie, thank you so much for sharing all these wonderful stories. And now I know that each event you have this great concept of how you can give back to the community and to the industry. I know that's one of your great passion. So would you please share with us that how you organize it and what's the effect that you have given to the other people?
Well, Koni, at every event, we like to have an element of team building for people to forge those great relationships together. So we had an event that was actually a scavenger hunt at our first BITAC. And part of the scavenger hunt was to find bicycle parts.
Oh, yes.
And for a team to build that bike together.
Oh, wow.
So in organizing that, the organizer said, here are the bicycles, and the winners will have those bicycles to take home.
Oh.
So imagine if this is in San Diego, California.
Right.
And you live in New York.
Right.
How logistically are you going to take a bicycle home?
That's
You may
right.
not have children or grandchildren or relatives.
Right.
So either way, so I said, you know something? This is a great opportunity. Every community we're in, we work so hard in life,
Right.
all of us.
Right.
But most professionals, especially high-level ones that come to our event, both buyers
Right.
and suppliers, really have big hearts.
Right.
But they don't have the time always to get involved in philanthropic initiatives.
That's right.
So I said, let's create that at BITAC.
Right.
So what we do is we decided that first event, instead of the winners taking home, we called the Boys and Girls Club
Oh, yes.
and said, for underprivileged children, we'd like to donate bicycles.
Right.
That was the beginning. We work with food banks. We work with all kinds of big charities. In
Right.
fact, from this, we've actually created, most people aren't aware of it, called Hotel Interactive Charities.
Oh,
A not-for-profit organization
Okay.
where 100%, I know organizations sometimes hold back some money for their own administrative.
Right.
We've decided that's our charity.
Right.
And what we'll do is we give 100% of proceeds to people in need. So at every BITAC, as part of our team building,
Right, I
we
know.
choose something different, a different event, a different initiative, so we can give back to people in need. And it's a feel-good situation, but it's beyond any of our dreams.
Yeah, it really is that it's not just the event, it become spread. It's like infectious, you know? Everybody started thinking about, geez, what can I do to give back? And like you said in a couple of meetings, some people just went out there and create their own. But what I like to have you talk about is I know your HI Connect is such an incredible event that's coming up in April.
Right.
Can you share some of your insights of that and how people participate and who will be participating into the meeting?
Well, Koni's very exciting. With BITAC, it is just a fantastic format that people share with us. But HI Connect, what happened was people who go to BITAC said, Rich, it's wonderful, but we need to show our product in context, in some cases,
Right.
to tell our story. It's
Right.
very important. So we thought about it, said, how can we do this in a boothless environment? So there's no trade show booths individually.
That's right.
But how could we do something where we could show off our products? So we gave it a lot of thought, and we took the best elements of BITAC, added some new elements to make it more widespread.
Right.
So our whole initiative of bringing buyers and sellers together, the most important word is collaboration.
Right.
So at a trade show, typically, you have buyers on one side, suppliers on another, and it's like, come into my booth, let's shake hands, let's do things. HI Connect was created to create the first and only event, and it still is, the only event where buyers, suppliers work together as a team.
Right.
And owners get involved.
Right.
Architects, purchasing companies, designers, all have a common goal to make each other successful, to create the ultimate guest experience. So we have over 100,000 square feet of discovery. All 5 senses are utilized. In 50 vignettes, we have public spaces, we have guest rooms, we have bathrooms, a real lobby, a real spa. It's just a whole discovery of motivation, innovation, that everyone have a common goal to really work together.
It's a new world, honestly. You really created a whole new world.
Yes.
And yes, I think that, you know, you make other people success, and then your success comes automatically. So I just totally admire what you have done in this vision, and the reality that you're making is incredible.
Well, thank you very much, Koni.
I know that a lot of great designers are working with the suppliers to make their rooms, and you know, we are hearing just a lot of great things about it. So I'm looking forward to be part of it in April.
Well, great, Koni. We're really excited that you're part of it as well. We've perfected it. Like we started saying in one of the segments, is we strive for perfection and catch excellence along the way. Like BITAC, we keep tweaking things, improving things by listening really carefully.
That's right.
And the response for 2014, I can't even begin to describe the people coming forth.
Right.
It's really exciting. You have groups like Lowe's Hotels.
Okay.
Where I don't know if I've ever seen at a trade show the president of the hotel division with his entire senior team go to a trade show. HI Connect, they were there last year. Teams from all the major hotel companies are saying, this is the place we need to be.
Yes.
So it's very exciting. It is a whole new world.
That's absolutely fantastic. Now I would love to have you share some of your wisdom, all this experience that you touch so many people. So give us some wisdom. What is your advice to the whole audience, the designers and hoteliers and so forth?
At our events, I say we are people first who happen to be professionals.
Right.
If we all remember at the core, people by nature want to connect with one another, want to reach out. And I think the words really are work together. If we stick together and communicate, and there's so many forms of communication, if we continue to be open, share things, not be shy about what we really feel. If we continue to do that, there's nothing we can't conquer together as an industry and as a group. So that is the most important core of anything in life.
Well, that's exactly right. That synergy that you created is reaching out for that unlimited possibility, make it into reality. Thank you so much, Rich. It was a great pleasure and an honor.
Thank you. The pleasure is all mine, Koni.
Thank you. Thank you for watching Hospitality Insider with Rich Viola, a true innovator in the hospitality industry. If you would like to be interviewed or more information about Koni TV, please go to konitv.tv.
Congratulations, Koni TV.
Congratulations, Koni TV.
Congratulations, Koni TV.
The first online internet
TV station
for the hospitality industry.
Congratulations, Koni TV. If you have not started watching it, you definitely should. Join us now.